Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the beautiful campus of Marist College. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for coming this morning. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Charlie North. I'm with the Dutchess County Regional Chamber of Commerce, and I will attempt to be your master of ceremonies this morning. We have so many luminaries here today. Did you get it? Luminaries? Lighting? Okay. But we're here at Marist, and they have opened up their doors, as they always do, to everyone here in the Hudson River Valley. And I'd like to bring to you the president of Marist College, Dr. Dennis Murray. He's provided outstanding leadership as the president of Marist College since 1979. He's actually transformed Marist from a small local college to a nationally ranked institution of higher education. Marist's longtime relationship with IBM Corporation has helped distinguish this college as one of the most technologically advanced liberal arts colleges in the nation. He's been involved in virtually every major community organization in the Hudson River Valley region. He serves on the boards of Roosevelt Institute and the Greenway Conservancy for the Hudson River Valley, and he has received countless awards for his significant contributions to our Hudson River Valley. Please welcome our host and a very good friend of all of us, Dr. Dennis Murray. Doctor?
Thank you, Charlie. Welcome, everyone. When I hear kind introductions like that, it reminds me of chewing gum. It's something to be enjoyed but not swallowed. So I don't swallow any of those remarks, Charlie, but it's good to hear them sometimes. So welcome to everyone. I'm pleased to not only welcome you to Marist College, but welcome you to our beautiful and historic Hudson River Valley. On this historic day in which this important announcement will be made, I want to begin by congratulating and thanking all those individuals who have played a role. And anytime you have a significant accomplishment like this, numerous individuals are involved. So we should start out by congratulating our governor, Andrew Cuomo, and we're pleased that his representative, Amy Vargas, is with us. Amy's sitting over here. I've worked closely with Amy on our Regional Economic Development Council, and I'm confident that we're going to be producing one of the best strategic plans for this region of any in the state. Of course, Senator Steve Saland, who played an important role in helping make this venture possible. Our County Executive Bill Steinhaus, President of Dutchess County Economic Development Corporation, John McEnroe is with us. Of course, Charlie North of our chamber plays an important role in all these initiatives. Vinnie Cozzolino of the Solar Energy Consortium, and of course John Hickman, who is the supervisor of the town of East Fishkill, and I'm pleased to say also holds a Marist degree. So to everyone, and I know there's others that have played a role in this, congratulations and thank you. Our Hudson River Valley has played an important role in our nation's history. The area has inspired painters, poets, and U.S. presidents and inventors since Henry Hudson sailed by this very site over 400 years ago. The Hudson River Valley has also been the birthplace of some of our nation's most important technological advances, from Samuel Morse's invention of the Morse code here in 1832 to the world-class research that IBM conducts in Poughkeepsie and Fishkill today. Many people consider this region to have the potential to clearly be the Silicon Valley of the East. So this morning, I join all our community leaders who are with us today to welcome Linuo to our community, to welcome Dr. Bevan Zhang to our community, and to welcome Mr. Jinwei Sui to our community. This Hudson River Valley is a special place. It is an international place, and your presence here will make it even better. Again, congratulations on this announcement, and welcome to Marist College.
Now I'd like to introduce to you formally the head table On my right, to your left, the supervisor of the town of East Fishkill and a graduate of Marist College, John Hickman. John? Our own state senator, Senator Steve Salan. Senator? The president and CEO of the Dutchess County Economic Development Corporation, John McEnroe. John? Our host and a good friend, Dr. Dennis Murray from Marist College. The co-founder and CEO of the Solar Energy Consortium, Vincent Cozzolino. The Linuo Group Executive, please welcome Dr. Bevan Zhang. Our own Assemblyman, Mark Molinaro. And last but certainly not least, representing our governor, Amy Vargas, the Regional Director for the Empire State Development Corporation. Please allow me to introduce to you once again, to bring to the podium, my very good friend and partner, Mr. John McEnroe from the Dutchess County Economic Development Corporation.
Thank you, Charlie. We pulled together an extraordinary partnership, and look what happens when you work together. You know, 2 years ago, while I was at a conference in the great flyover zone in the middle of the country, I was asked, why would any company in its right mind come to New York? The better question is, why would any company in its right mind not come to New York? This is where the big dogs eat. Team Dutchess, as created by Bill Steinhaus, was envisioned to be a flexible group of Dutchess leaders that would assemble to attract and assist companies throughout our country. An example of how that would work would be Marshall and Sterling, who jumped in at the very last minute after a previous underwriter was unable to produce a policy and came up with insurance that was needed to close on this deal on the West Campus. And they did it in under a week. It was amazing. And that's typical of what Team Dutchess is able to do. This time, Team Dutchess reached across political boundaries to access talent from across our entire region. Senator Salan and Assemblyman Molinaro, of course, brought the access to the extraordinary resources of Empire State Development, as you heard, headed locally by my friend Amy Vargas and statewide by Kenny Adams. We partnered very closely with the Solar Energy Consortium, headquartered in Ulster County. We've had a long-standing relationship with them, and it's been a great collaboration over the years. We partnered with Central Hudson Energy, headquartered here in Dutchess County, and we partnered with the Hudson Valley Economic Development Corporation, led by Mike Oates, headquartered over in Orange County. Linuo's entry into Dutchess County's manufacturing community is a strategic addition to the clean technology cluster that we have here that includes renewable energy, microelectronics, biomedical, medical device manufacture, and it's all here in Dutchess County. I'm delighted to welcome Bevan and Linuo to Dutchess County here in the Hudson Valley. Our current economic activities here include things like major development in the arts with the renovation of the Beacon Theater, in retail with the expansion of Adams, in healthcare with Vassar Brother Medical Center in Poughkeepsie. We're building a 1,000-megawatt power plant, a state-of-the-art recycling facility, a couple of hotels, a distillery, and the finest maple syrup in the world, all while upgrading our infrastructure with planned communities, new dorms, and great restaurants. Dutchess County and the Hudson Valley prove daily that New York is open for business. Lastly, I'd like to thank our host, Dr. Murray, who's leading our efforts here as the co-chair of the Regional Economic Development Council, Bill Steinhaus for his leadership, and of course, Supervisor John Hickman, who will be our host and is our partner down in East Fishkill. I got to tell you, I believe in the new New York, and I think Dutchess. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you Mr. Vincent Cozzolino, the co-founder of TSEC, also known as the Solar Energy Consortium. Please welcome Vince.
Thank you, everybody. It's very exciting for us, obviously, to announce another company coming to the region and creating jobs. I want to thank our host, Dr. Dennis Murray. I'm on the regional council, so I get to watch him in action, and he's so tireless and inspirational as a result of that, and I mean it. And thank you for coming to our aid and helping us figure out how to do this major announcement. Before I get on, there's one last technical thing that we have to do. John McEnroe told me there's one more form that has to be signed, correct, before this deal is done, and Bevan has it in front of him right now, so we're going to give him an opportunity to take this pen and finish this up once and for all, John. If you want to go over there and grab this when it's done, and we'll be finished once and for all. Here we go. Very good. Thank you very much. Good. John McEnroe is a longtime friend of mine from when he had jobs in other places that I won't mention, and he also works around the clock. We've had calls, well, just around the clock, let's just say. And so when John also, one of the things I'm not good at is the details, and John has to make sure at the end of the day that all things are lined up appropriately. So thank you. I also want to point out that many of the board members of TSEC are here, and some of my colleagues, Ron Bartley, Paul Hakim, Hank DeMarco from IBM, Carl Meyer, my co-CEO. And I want to acknowledge Jonathan Wong. If you just step up for a second, Jonathan, just stand for a second. Jonathan was our project manager for this deal, and thank you very much. Okay, so let's get to it. So this really is not just about a company coming to the region. It's the continuation of many companies we have in this cluster that's emerging that some people call green tech, clean tech, whatever. We're calling it high-tech global manufacturing, global high-tech manufacturing. That's what we're talking about. So if you want to start by making solar cells and solar panels and solar thermal devices, that's great. If you want to make medical devices, we love you too. And we'll do that across the region that is the Hudson Valley. And one of the things I'm learning from the regional council, which didn't take much pushing on in my particular case, is that everybody benefits. So if a company comes to Dutchess County, that's okay. Certainly good, and in traditional sense of the word, real estate is purchased, employees will maybe cross the bridge or come locally and work there and buy sandwiches, and that's all good. But what we tend to forget is the bank shot effect that happens all over the place. So Linuo, we've been working with Linuo now for about a year, but to get this far, there were lawyers involved, there were construction companies involved, there were insurance companies involved, there were CPA firms involved, and I will tell you, every one of those firms were located in either Orange, Sullivan, Ulster, Dutchess counties, and one in New York City. So already money is being spent in the economy by a company that happens to be locating, John, in your town, in East Fishkill, right? So we got to think about this in a broader scheme of things as we go on. So the company will make a $100 million investment, that's their own money, that they'll bring to this facility that we formerly called the IBM West Complex. No longer will ever be called that again. Hank, huh? Hank and I both have a long history there, so that's that. I think it was about 12 years, Tom LaPerche, or so, that place was empty. So this is a repurposing of an existing asset, which is great. You'll hear more details in a second, but it's about 150 jobs next year in 2012, and up to 1,000 jobs in the next couple of years after that. We'll talk more about that. 1 million square feet of manufacturing space. It's going to be used as the headquarters, the U.S. headquarters for Linuo, as well as their manufacturing facility. There'll be lots of local partners that will have to participate in this, that are in the supply chain, and Linuo has a strategy that says they would like to work locally. Where have I heard that before? Think local first. Comes somewhere from around here. So we'll be practicing that. If you can expand the local to mean the region, we're perfectly in sync with that. And so, this thing about a rising tide floats all boats really should take us forward as we go through. Their next door neighbor, of course, is going to be the wonderful IBM Corporation, and we'll see if there's opportunities between those companies too as time goes on. This has been about a year in the making. None of this stuff is easy. Bringing a Chinese company or any company to New York is always hard because there's competition all over the country. This happens to be a company that did a national search, and so we competed against many other states. We competed against many other states, and we were able to win them here, so we're very happy about that. But it did start with a meeting in New York City about a year ago, right, with Sam Nadapoff, who at that time, Amy, was working for Empire State Development Corporation for then Governor Patterson as the international business attraction guy. And then he made a phone call to TSEC and said, I think we need your help, and let's try to win this company together. So Sam is no longer with the SDC, but lots of his folks, Charles Verdier and Cooney and others, have helped us through this process. So we've had lots of help along the way. I want to mention there are incredible obstacles to overcome to do what we're announcing today. And I would have never guessed it, you know, this is not really my field. This is something new for me, doing this job creation stuff, and I would never guess the obstacles that occur when you're bringing a Chinese company to the United States and have to create U.S. entities and have to convince the state of New York and the government of the United States that this is a real company or not a real company, and all the things we had to go through was probably much bigger than any of us when we started. We've all grown with the process. We could not have done this, though. Everything from getting visas to allow the Linuo employees to come here, every one of those things was an escalation in the State Department, but not just in the U.S. State Department, but the equivalent in the China State Department. And so for that, we used Congressman Hinchy's office. He's a big believer in the solar field, and he made his staff available. We used them, and we were very appreciable for that help. Mark Molinaro for the every once in a while call to the second floor where we needed some help with the governor's office to keep focus on this project, and we want to thank Mark. And of course, Senator Soland, who we had, well, we can't really talk about those issues, but we had issues. and we asked Senator Soland to step in, and he made some very strategic phone calls. But most importantly is he followed up each and every time. Did this get fixed? Did this get fixed? On and on. Don Christian, who's the president of SUNY New Paltz, who hosted the Linuo team early on at Mohonk and at the campus, and we just tried to show them the beauty of the valley as a side. And last but not least, I want to mention a very good friend of many of us on this, who unfortunately passed away about a week and a half ago now, Richard O'Byrne. And Richard was on the board of TSEC, the Solar Energy Consortium, and worked very closely with Mark and with Bevan and with Senator Soland and John, myself, and others as we try to make this deal. Richard is the only one of us, I think, who actually went to China in the past. And he had come back with a vision that said, we should start insourcing this stuff. We don't have to outsource to China. We can find companies and bring them here. He says this is what Richard used to say. He used to say lots of chambers schedule trips to go to China, but they don't come back with anything. He said, we're going to come back with something. And so his legacy lives on in this announcement. So I want to acknowledge that. All right, so now it's my pleasure to introduce the star of the show, who is a very good friend of mine. After going through this for a year, I've never seen anyone work harder. He resides in Massachusetts, so he's actually an American citizen, but he is the Director of International Development for the Linuo Corporation, reports directly to the CEO of the company. The guy is on the road constantly, but on the road means Turkey, Greece, Africa, where else? India. That's last week. The guy is amazing. And a very good friend of mine. I'd like to introduce Dr. Bevan Zhang.
Ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for attending this very important meeting, and thanks to the president of Dennis and Mary. And today is, for myself, is a very exciting and important day. First, let me introduce my colleague, Mr. Cui Jinwei. He is the Vice President. He is the Vice President of Linuo Power and also the General Manager of the U.S. entities. And I can tell you from my heart, it is not easy to get into today. And we spend so many days and nights, work so many hours, and overcome so many hurdles. So finally, we reach today. So when I stand here, we would like to, on behalf of our Linuo Group, on behalf of our president, Mr. Gao, to thank all of us, all of you, to support us for the last years and also in the future. First one, we'd like to thank the leadership of Governor Cuomo And under that leadership, we feel New York is the state, very friendly and we can be a place enjoyable to do business here. And also, I'd like to send thank you to Lieutenant Governor Duffy. And he personally make a phone call to China, have a conference with our CEO, and personally invite our business to be here. And also, I would like to thank the Congressman Mary Hinchey. Just when the communist introduced, said he not the first one to come here. He introduced himself, and then we meet at the conference last year, beginning of this year. And also, when we have a difficulty, he opened his arm to help us. And we have, in August, we have a deadline to meet the quote. Basically, we need to place the price for the property. But I need to bring the executives come over to see the site. I only have 1 week's time. So we follow the process in China. You have to make an appointment, the interview with the embassy to get a visa. The embassy turned out months later, the appointment. You have no appointment at all. And then you talk to them, they say, that's it. That's all we can do. So what can we do? We only have 1 week. So we turn to the TSEC. And then they get help with Senator Congressman Merrill Hinchey. And then they talk to the State Department. And then we be able to get the visa within 2 days. And our people come here. So all those things, we need all kind of help to get today. And also, for the county level, for the regional level, we get all kinds of support too. We surprise thank you for the execution of the Empire State Development Corporation. Without them, I will not be stay here. I will tell you why later. And also, we'd like to thank the Dutchess County EDC and the Regional Chamber of Commerce. All can help support to make happen. We'd like to thank the Hudson Valley EDC, Assemblyman Mark Molinaro, and the Supervisor John Hinkman of East Fishkill. And also we'd like to thank the Central Hudson, NASERDA, and the Mid-Hudson Economic Development Council. Finally, I have to mention, we have to thank TSEC. This is a very important organization, and then make that happen. And I remember the first I make the appreciation for the State Emperor Development Agency. The last summer, I was in my office in China, and then I hosted the visitor of Emperor Development representative of China. At that meeting, I expressed my interest to develop business in the United States. And he immediately said, next trip to the US, let me know. I make a rental to go to New York State. You don't go anywhere, go to United States. So I say, okay. So when I got a chance, I came to New York State. And then he sent a special person, Cooney, and a company to visit the national lab in Long Island. We spent the whole day there. And then he says, you only have 1 day, but I tell you, Hudson Valley have a lot of solar energy business there. You need to go there. There is a TSEC there. So I say, oh, there is an organization. So when I get back to China, I try to contact them. So I go to the webpage. I know there is a membership. So I say, how can I join it? So I make a contact and say, I need to join it. Turn out, I'm not qualified. So in order to be qualified, I have to be here, right? So next trip, I have to come here to meet TSEC. And then they introduce us. And then any corporation, for a large corporation, to make a site location to try to site search, you have a lot of things to do. And since we released information, I don't know why, I got so many invitations from so many different states. So we visit California, Arizona, Utah, Texas, Florida, New Jersey, New York. We have to visit all of them. We get all kind of entertainment. We get all kind of welcome party. We get all kind, even bring us to the NBA game. Yeah, so, but one thing I feel very important, as the executive of Linuo, I need to make sure our business, our corporate find a location, we get a strong support. We cannot do anything by ourselves. You cannot imagine a Chinese company from the outside of the earth come to here and run by themselves. Just impossible. So all the state I travel over, I found TSEC is the really one I need. I can get whatever the help, they will support me. Whatever I have a difficulty, they make there. And then whatever I need, they will be there. They provide all the solutions. So that is make this region, make New York State so attractive. Thank you very much. Thanks very much. For a whole year, I don't remember how many trips I'm here, and we have set up a team. Basically, finally, I'm really interested to this region, so we set up working teams. And like Vince just said, today I have to especially thank you, Richard Byrne. This is such a nice gentleman, he's a wonderful person, and he spent all the time with us. We have so many telephone conferences. I'm in China, I'm in Turkey, I'm in Germany. There is a time difference. So the meeting has to be either early morning or late night. Either I'm in the night, in the evening, or they are in the night. Friday night, Saturday night, that all happen. Richard Byrne always there. Even he's on the road, he always there. He provided all the support. When I visit the United States here, he drive us to different sites. And so I asked him, I said, Richard, why you do this? He said, only one thing I want to do. I want to make good things for this community. So that's really made me very moved. Today, I wish he were here. Thank you very much. Okay, now we talk about the Linuo. Linuo is a very young company, only 17 years old. So in 1994, our founder, president, CEO, set up a corporation with only 70,000 US dollars, with less than 50 people. So through 17 years, and he made that happen, and then today, our company become a become a group company with 7 subdivisions. We have a photovoltaic, we have photothermal, we have special chemicals, glassworks, pharmaceuticals, TCM. We also even have our logistics companies there, transportation company. Today, we already reach about 1.3 billion US dollar revenue annually. And also we have about 13,000 employees. So this is Linuo today. And then in order to be success, our founder, Mr. Gao, and our corporation have really a dream. We want to create a product that can be benefit the improvement of human life. And we did that in China because our company make a mass production for the bulk silicon glass tube, makes this very affordable, accessible. So make a Chinese farmer in the rural area, they can access hot water. So make that happen. And also our products export to the world. And our export in the South Africa, for attending their housing project for the poor people, and use our products there for the hot water. And we made it clear, it's not means our products only for the low income. Our products sold in Europe is the higher end in the market. We have a joint venture with Paradigma in Germany, so we have a German technology. Our product in German market, European market, the highest price. So we have a good product. Now today, we're in the United States. Even before we are personally manufactured here, our products are already here, and also already in the New York State. Our hot water system installed the New York subway system, and they can use the hot water to wash the subway vehicles. So we're already here. So that's our dream. We want from China to the Asian, to the Europe, and then to the United States. This is a really long way to come over. So today we come over here. Next, when we get here, what we're going to do? So for the long search property, we saw so many of them. The IBM West Campus is the one, when you first see it, you will immediately fall in love with it. Because big enough to be filled of a vision, feel our needed. What we like to do, we want to build up of a module manufacture line to manufacture module there. Also, we want to build up our photothermal manufacture line over there. We want to build up our warehouse logistics center to be there. And also, they also have space can be built out for the research lab there. And also, marketing force also can be there. And also the Linuo North American headquarters will be there. So this site gives us exactly the space and for us to feeling over really want to do. So that's why we want to be here. Like we said, so we got there today, we have so many help from all of you, from all kind of government agency. Now we have this plan to fill this one for next 3 years, 5 years. So we will need about up to 1,000 people work together with us to build this game, build this dream. So that's our goal. That's our plan to do. So this is the plan for us for the next 3 or 5 years. Also, the other thing is we come to the New York State, we come to this community, we really want us to be a part of family. We want to work with all of enterprise here together and to seek any possibility we can find out from production line, from supply chain, for any possibility we can be together, make success. Yesterday, the first contract we signed, and then we have a agreement, we signed a deal with SolarTech. We provide the cells. He's there. So we provide the cells, and then they make a module. And then the product will be into Tech City. So there will be the solar power rooftop stations. So this is just the first one. We will continue to do whatever we can, work with local communities, and then also we'll continue to need all kind of support, all kind of level of government, and then make that happen, make it will be a good citizen, and make all these things, society work together, community work together, make a contribution to this community. Thank you.
How about a nice warm welcome for Bevan and his company? I would now like to bring up to the podium a graduate of Marist College and the supervisor of the town of East Fishkill. Please welcome John Hickman.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, everybody. I can't tell you how thrilled I am to be here today. This is just a fantastic event. I would like to welcome the Linuo Company into East Fishkill as part of our family. We have a great relationship with IBM. We've had it for 47 years. And with this new company coming into the family, I can't tell you how thrilled we are. One thing I learned from Marist, I graduated with my MBA in 2007, is things take team effort. And as part of this family, we look to work together. I can't believe everybody that's worked together to make this day happen. I'm just so thrilled. One gentleman I would like to mention, though, that I don't think anything happens in Dutchess County without his guidance or his thoughts or his forceful manner sometimes. But Mike Tomkovich is the chairman of our IDA. And Michael, I know that you always put a lot of work into everything and your heart into Dutchess County economic development, and I want to thank you for that. You know, it is business that drives the economy. And lately, the economy has not been doing so well. It's so refreshing to have something like this happen, which shows us that there is still investment, there's still opportunity out there and people that believe. And I will tell you this, I'm a big believer in the Hudson Valley, I'm a big believer in Dutchess County, and obviously a big believer in East Fishkill. And I just wanted to welcome our new friends and our company to our new family. And thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, our state senator, please welcome Senator Steve Saland.
Good morning. First, let me thank once again Dr. Murray and Marist College for being the great community citizens that they are and lending themselves to this opportunity. Let me join the entirety of the panel in welcoming Dr. Zhang and Linuo to Dutchess County. And you know, if you're a baseball player, you know, the big guys are usually bat third, fourth, or fifth. By the time you get to 6 or 7, you don't have any great expectations. So I'm not quite sure I can add any particular great amount of eloquence to what you've already heard. But let me, if I can, just draw on a common theme. And it's really a very true theme. This was a marvelous collaboration. It was a collaboration with government at all levels, local level, county level, state level, and certainly the national level as well. And this, as far as New York is concerned, could not have happened had we not managed to sort of turn the ship of state around during this past year. And in large part, I think that represents efforts that one must attribute to the leadership of the governor. He's not the same party that I belong to, but he's been rather bipartisan, and our state senators work very closely with him. And he talks about the issues being pretty basic. 3 very important issues: jobs, jobs, and jobs. And this is a marvelous accomplishment, speaks volumes for that work, not merely government, but quite obviously the private sector as well. So I wish for our new friends, as they become pillars of our community, a long and sustained relationship, one in which you flourish, one in which we flourish, and one in which the people of not merely the Hudson Valley, but the state of New York will receive enormous benefits. I've long maintained that if there's any region in this state that has the resources, both human as well as structural, to do well, to not merely survive, but to improve, it is the Hudson Valley. And this is a very obvious example of that here today. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Assemblyman Marcus Molinaro.
When Senator Saland says he doesn't have much more to add, I'm not quite sure what that leaves me with. But nevertheless, I am thrilled to join all of you today. I think any success in the current economic climate is worth celebrating, but a success of this size, of this magnitude, that took such collaboration and partnership is worthy of a Hudson River Valley celebration. And quite frankly, there could be no better location to do that than here at Marist College and this campus that sits so beautifully above what has been really the lifeblood of the Hudson River Valley, its namesake, of course, this beautiful and majestic Hudson River. But everything about it and everything about this region speaks volumes, and certainly to hear why Linuo has chosen Dutchess County, the Hudson Valley in New York State, to invest $100 million and grow as many as 1,000 new jobs speaks volumes, not only about the very attributes of this community, but the quality and character of the people and leadership who set aside differences all the time to build the collaborative effort, the partnership necessary to compete and succeed. And if there ever was a question that the Hudson River Valley and Dutchess County isn't broken, I think this is the answer. Without hesitation, because of a very strong partnership, I think we were able to attract what will be a tremendous addition to the Hudson Valley family. Like Senator Saland, I want to acknowledge the phenomenal leadership of Governor Andrew Cuomo and Lieutenant Governor Duffy. I have to assure you that whether it was early morning or late nights, as you've heard, the governor's office, the second floor, the lieutenant governor, always ready to take the call and to engage and invest the energy necessary to be of assistance. And that, I think, speaks volumes about his commitment to job growth and economic development. And so, too, does it speak volumes, I think, about the very competitive nature of this region. So I join my friends and colleagues. This was a beautiful example of what can be done when we partner together, put aside differences, and focus on quality and success. So to Linuo, welcome to Dutchess County. Welcome home. Congratulations, and thanks all of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have some representatives that I'd like to acknowledge their presence. Representing Senator Kirsten Gillibrand is Susan Spear. Susan? Is Lori DuBoard here from Maurice Hinchy's office? Okay, I'm sorry that she's not. Representing Nan Hayworth, our Congresswoman, is Rob DeFrancisco. Rob? And I also see in the back of the room my very good friend, the mayor of the city of Poughkeepsie, the Honorable John Tyzik. John. And also, I would be remiss if I didn't also acknowledge a partner of ours, Michael Oates from the Hudson Valley Economic Development Corporation. Where are you, Mike? Stand up. Let them see you, Mike. I'd now like to call on from Prudential Searles, Tom LaPerche and Steve Salamone, who would like to make a presentation.
Hope everybody can see this, but I took no chances. You see the dates today. I knew he had a piece of paper to sign, so the closing's official. But I just want to say a few words to say thank you to everybody in this room. Mike Tomkovich, thank you very much for your guidance on this big listing that I received early in my career. And my partners, Steve and Rob, very instrumental in trying to keep me focused on this big project. And Vinnie Cozzolino, thank you for your help. And I think it's a great thing for everybody. And finally, I want to thank Barry Rothfeld. He was the first person I called. Barry, I might be getting this listing. What do I do? And he helped put the team together. So Barry, thank you. So Vinny, we're hoping this is the start of a lot of big things for the region, and look forward to many more deals. Thank you.
Well, we have had a wonderful morning here today, but if you look at the back and you see those 3 flags, which represents working together, working in collaboration, rowing together in the same direction, and across all borders. Bevan, I have something that I'd like to give you on behalf of our Chamber of Commerce. There used to be a border between counties. There's no more border between counties because you have set the example of breaking borders down so that we all live in one neighborhood.
Yes.
But as a representation of you coming to Dutchess County, please accept this painting from a local artist and hang that on your walls proudly. That local artist is Terrell Gable, and she does very fine work. For those of you that knew Dick O'Byrne, just to let you know that his funeral services are tomorrow, and there are calling hours tonight. And I have to tell you that I have had the pleasure of working with Dick O'Byrne. He was a person that had vision for the Hudson River Valley, not just Orange County, not just Ulster, but the Hudson River Valley. And he will be sorely missed. And once again, Without his intervention, without his being part of it, we would not be here today. So I ask that you give a moment of silence in memory of Richard O'Byrne. And once again, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our very good friend, Dr. Dennis Murray, for being our host today and opening up your doors.